Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. TGIF, y'all. Oh my gosh, we made it to Friday again. I was just, I'm trying to make like a YouTube video at the same time of getting ready for this, at the same time of answering phone calls, at the same time as trying to upload my Daniel Scranton reading. And oh my gosh, as I was picking your cards, I was having a little, I don't want to say interference because it was just me. I was the one interfering. And I'm like, wait a second, is that on the right pile? So hopefully this all works out. If not, you'll just get some fun cards today. How are you? We made it till Friday. Like I said, these Fridays are cruising, aren't they? I mean, wow, big wow. And this week with Black Cohosh, did you get enough time this week to dive into your darkness? Because the week flew by for me, but yeah, I definitely got lots of time to do whatever I need to do. And, you know, I just am so appreciative for this lifestyle that I have right now where yeah, it's slow. It's, I could get bored, but I have too many things that I want to do. My only challenge yesterday was getting exhausted. There was a point I was like, my body's tired. I really was I feel exhausted, but then I kind of shook it off, but then I slept good. So, anyways, yeah, I have lots of books to read, so I want to laugh with you because I was reading a book last night, and I'll show it to you on my YouTube channel video today. I'm gonna start doing dumb vloggies on the regular, just checking in and showing you some of the cards, or if I have an afterthought after the podcast, maybe I'll put it in there. Really just cheapo vlogs, okay? Real cheap vlogs. I'm gonna start doing some cheap vlogs over there. But anyways, I was just showing the book. It's called Witch in the Boardroom. Witch in the Boardroom by Stacy DeMarco. It's a good echo last name, DeMarco. Stacy DeMarco, Witch in the Boardroom. And it's an older book, it's been around. And it's been on my shelf, I betcha, a year. Maybe a year and a half. I got it, found it. It found me because it's hot pink. So I saw it at a book sale at the library. And I was like, Witch in the Boardroom. I was like, well, I'm not really a businesswoman, but I like the color of this, and this book is, I'm feeling it. I'm just feeling the book. So I'm going to pick your numbers here while I'm talking. And I was like, all right, I'll take it home. Well, I finally, last night, I saw it, and I was like, you know what? I might be ready for that book. Or I might be able to benefit, as I'm trying to make my projects a success, or I'm wishing success on my projects, to the fact that I'd like them to find the people that they're supposed to find, and I would like to be supported but I don't really know if my personal projects are ever going to support me. I really do realize financially I'm going to have a quantum leap to ever become independent off of my providers. So but it would be nice. It would be nice to not need to ask for help, and it would be just nice not to be bottle fed, and it would just be nice to finally be independent of my ex-husband. Not that I don't appreciate everything he does for us and the kids, and he's paying, Aiden just got his license. I tell you that Aiden passed his driver's test. Yeehaw. And so now he's got to be on the insurance. Well, having an 18-year-old boy on your insurance jacks it up $100, you know, because they just assume young men are going to be crazy. And so it's like that was that, you know. So he's being cool about it. So now, like, he always asking of me is like, I help transport the girls to his house more often. You know, it's not a big deal. I like driving my car. I can do it, I guess. It's, you know, kind of out of the way, but you know what? He's paying that money so I could, you know, help a little bit. I'm sure I'm not going to be spending $100 on gas, like, but I mean, at least, like, if he's cool, thank you. But anyways, it's like, he doesn't have to be supporting my 18-year-old son. Do you know what I mean? It's his stepson. But it's like, he's still being cool. And I do appreciate it. And I appreciate my food stamps. Oh my gosh. Like, I hate them, but I love them. I love them. I don't even hate them. Like, I appreciate them. Like, sometimes I feel dirty for getting them, but I don't, because, like, you know, it's just where I'm at in my life. So I appreciate that. I appreciate all the help my mom gives me, right? Like, the washer and dryer this year was made possible by her. Like, I appreciate everything. I appreciate my patrons on Patreon. If it wasn't for you, I'd not be able to pay my garbage bill. I'd have to ask my mom to cover that too. So, I mean, it's like, you know, but like, seriously, like, those are small fry things. Like, for me to become like financially independent, I would have to have a quantum leap. Like, my YouTube channel would have to blow up, and miraculously I'd have to still be able to get the ads, because they have so many stipulations now on YouTube. It's like, you know, even if I did get my watch minutes up, which I'm very close, I'm like 7,000 minutes a month away from being able to qualify for ads again. And but then, like, would they find some other reason to tell me no, or like, would I actually be able to make a little revenue? See, it would be nice for them to kick back on even for a little bit, because I don't know if I ever told you this, but like, they don't pay out until you have $100. And I have $60 from like 10 years ago, when they were more generous about paying you on YouTube. And then they disqualified me, but they wouldn't pay me the $60 and not until it's 100. So it's like, if nothing else, come on, you guys, let's make $40 so I can cash out. But anywho's, what got me started on this? I don't know. It was just kind of that kind of morning, like, and I'm glad I answered the phone call, because, you know, we got to keep the peace and keep our 2-house family functioning and keep it cordial. And he's like, thanks for doing that. And I was like, literally, like, well, how could I say no? Like, it was nice of him to even ask, like, if I would drive the girls more, but he literally is in the position of power where he just could have told me that's the way it is, or been, you know, or I'm not going to help you out. You know what I mean? It's just, it sucks having someone always have their thumb on you. But at the same time, I'm appreciative. Like, well, thank you for keeping a roof over our heads and insurance paid. And it's like, it's really quite the interesting situation. So I'm just trying to be thankful. Like the Arcturians said today, you know, let's get out of the details. Let's get our little human noses out, see the broader picture. They made me laugh several times. And they also made me laugh. Like, they're like, anytime any of you even like improve a little bit, we celebrate so much. So anytime we have, like, if you would like acquire an understanding or an aha moment, or you're like, oh my gosh, like, I get it better now. Even if it's like a little step in the direction of your spiritual growth and ascension, they're like, yay, they celebrate. All right, let's get a number here. So I'm reading this book last night, Witch in the Boardroom, just the intro. Whoa. I just threw out way too many numbers to decide. Maybe I can't shuffle and talk at the same time. And like, I had this moment where I was like, oh my God, you guys, as I read these quote witchy books, thinking it's going to teach me something new, all I'm doing is realizing I'm already a witch. So I had like that moment last night laughing. I was like, I was like, oh my God, like, I thought I was going to read this book and learn something new or discover something new, but all I'm discovering is everything I've been doing is being a witch, is practicing the old craft. Like, now granted, I'm not super huge on spells, so that's why I finally come to this book, because I'm like, all right, I'm ready to play. But studying metaphysics, connecting with nature, meditating, using my intuition, knowing the laws of the universe, connecting with goddess energy, that's all just being a witch. And it just was so funny to me, because it's like, I'm laughing because I was like thinking like, oh, maybe I'll see what all these witchy books have to teach me. And here, all they've taught me is I've basically been a solitary witch without even realizing it, because I didn't know that terminology. But anyway, that was funny. So the top card in honor of my funny aha moment last night, my laugh, is we have a witch's kitchen on top. You're going to get a witch's kitchen, a hypnotic language, a fairy, a flower magic, I think, botanic whisper, and flower whisper. And that'll do, yeah. All right, let's get these numbers. And then we'll do our affirmations for Black Cohosh, because she was fantastic this week. I wish the week wouldn't have went so fast, though. Kinda. It did it? It was lengthy, but it went pretty quick for me, too. I mean, jeez, oh man. The first pile. The first pile is number 7. All right, very good. I love the number 7. It's my life path number. All right, I'll just be quiet and say, oh my God, the middle pile is number 17. 717 coming in. 717 is one of my numbers. And for the third pile, we've got 79. Okay, very good. Whew, 7, 17, 79. Oh my God, what happened on, I was going to say, what happened on, what's the number 7 month? July 17th, 1779. I feel like something witchy happened to me in a previous incarnation on July 17th, 1779. Wouldn't that be fucking weird if I looked it up and they were like, we had a huge witch burning on the 17th of July 1779. I'll figure out who I used to be, at least one of them. All right, ready? So I'm definitely feeling the Friday fairy vibes, feeling fun and silly and like, okay, let's just have more fucking fun already. That's how I feel. TGIF, could we just have some more fun? Could we? And I was talking to my daughter yesterday too, like we feel like we need to have more fun. And how do you have more fun? You got to just start bringing it in, letting the energy come in. And yeah, Black Cohosh, maybe now that we've cut cords, we've opened ourselves, we've healed some aspects of ourselves, some of our feminine energy. We've since we've been in the darkness, and maybe that's why we've been a little tired, because we've done I think I've done work at night in my dreams. Oh my God, I wish I could remember my dreams last night. I need to start thinking about them as I'm awakening. I get that. But I feel like I was very active all week in my dreams. So diving into our darkness, moving more energy into light, transforming our purposes more to serve us after we cut these cords, we do put ourselves in the position to have more fun. Do you want to know what the herb is next week? I'm like, okay, great. Maybe the herb of the week next week will be more fun. I'm gonna turn the page and peek. It's rosemary. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. Okay, I don't know. Is rosemary gonna be fun? We'll find out. Rosemary will be next week. So anyways, hopefully we're getting into our place where we're feeling better, harnessing our inner power, being strong, flexible, ultimately hoping to enjoy everything a little bit more. I mean, it's better than it was back in the 1779, I'm sure. But I definitely want to have more fun. So let's cut some cords. Let's dive into the darkness. Let's be eternally open and free with Black Cohosh. Ooh, I just feel like she loves me. I feel like she loves me and is proud of me for, let me just grab the cards real quick. I was almost going to transition there and then I did it. Because it's like, I'm looking at our cards of the week. We had the 8 of Swords, tied up, blindfolded, totally bound. It's like, she's like, am I teaching you? Are you learning how to surrender to this moment yet manifest something better? We've got the card of darkness from the healing herbal, and she's so content looking, like just being in that space. It's not a scary card. It's a very loving and nurturing card. And I feel like that was also another way for us to connect with Kali Ma. Like, this image of Kali Ma is always like, she's got skulls around her neck and she just devoured somebody's ego or whatever. And, but here she comes to us very loving and nurturing. So the feminine energy aspects were very much so embracing, supportive. We did not feel alone this week. We did not. We were encouraged to reach toward the light. She's got the rainbow coming out of her sword. She's hugging the cohosh flowers. Black cohosh helped us find direction, maybe clarified our vision a little bit more, and helped us transform our purpose. We have this beautiful, innocent, calm, but, maybe possibly playful, if get in the right moment, this little green person on this card. We have dark, we have light. They're both part of us. We can still be chill and peaceful, even knowing that darkness was part of our path. We wanted it. The 5 of Fire, Black Cohosh. We wanted to come here to be the star, to shine light. There's a white star on the red barn wall. I mean, we didn't want an easy ride, and that's what the Arcturians were saying too today. They're so impressed with us for choosing such a difficult path. They chose, when they were physical, when they had hands to have time on their hands, they chose a more joyous path. So their ascension was not as dramatic as ours is. Like, we must be some crazy motherfuckers to be here, is basically what it boils down to me. Like, can you believe that you chose to be here at this time on this planet, to go through this difficult transformation, to go through all your darkness, all your journeys, all your wounds? I mean, you're going to expand to such a degree because you were brave enough to dive into your darkness, and you were strong enough to remember who you are and harness your inner power. And you were a warrior and valiant enough to cut the cords that you needed to. And you are smart enough and brilliant and wise enough to transform your purpose to serve you. And you are beautiful and loving enough. You are a great master to open up your heart space and your mind and your energy to be eternally open and free. You are just incredible for being here. So if no one's told you that yet today, I just want to let you know that you are so important, and what you're doing in your personal life is so valid and so beneficial and so incredibly magnificent and just seriously impressive. From my perspective and that of the higher realms, what you're doing is absolutely incredible. And apparently we're giving them a really good show to watch because they're excited. They are excited for us. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our powerful herb of the week, Black Cohosh, and I lovingly dedicate them all to you. I dive into my darkness and move my energy into light. I heal my feminine energy aspects. I am strong and flexible, and I harness my inner power. I cut cords and transform my purpose to serve me. I am eternally open and free. I dive into my darkness and move my energy into light. I heal my feminine energy aspects. I am strong and flexible, and I harness my inner power. I cut cords and transform my purpose to serve me. I am eternally open and free. And so it is. All right, here we go. Here we go now. 7/17/79. Oh my gosh, like I meant to on the break there, but I was actually listening to the affirmations too. I meant to look up the date. So that is July, right? Yeah, because June is number 6. July 17th, 1779. July 17th, 1779. There was an American politician maybe that was born named Horace Everett. What happened on July 17th, 1775? No. What happened on... No, I might have to... January 7th. Maybe nothing happened on July 17th, 1779. No, okay, so 1779, is that not as long ago as I thought? Because there's like a lot of maybe military stuff. I don't know. Anyways, Horace Everett was, I think, born. I don't know, but that's not very exciting. I hope I wasn't Horace. Oh no. He's grumpy looking. He was an American politician. His birthday is July 17th, 1779. He was... So I didn't real... Okay, so this is how non-history I am. I'm like, oh wait, we had we had a government back in 1779. I guess I was, thinking it was way earlier. Anyways, yeah, he don't... If that was me, man, I was kind of boring. I think. How did he die? He just was old. All right, you ready for your cards? Are you ready for me? To quit being distracted by 7/17/79. Well, those are your numbers. Which pile do you want? Do you want the pile that has number 7, number 17, or 79? I'm trying to think. Oh man, they're really interesting how many 7s, I think that's also interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put my phone down. Putting my phone down now. Pushing 2 piles away. We'll get to 17 and we'll get to 79. Right now we're gonna do 7. So you're gonna get a witch's kitchen. Yeah, I guess like a hypnotic language card at some point. A little fairy at some point. How do I even want to put these? I might not do them in order that I said. Do you like doing the hypnotic language one first? It's kind of, oh my God. I just flipped over a card, not really meaning to, but just my hands habits. I flipped over. You got mistletoe. I'm talking about what order I want to do the cards, and my hands, without my acknowledgement or permission or letting me know, flip over your fairy card. You're getting the mistletoe fairy. And she says, I surmount difficulties. Well, isn't that the fucking truth? Because, me having a life path number 7, right? It is not, I have not had the easiest path, but it has definitely been obsessively spiritual. I mean, I don't know about you other 7s, if you know your life path number. If not, figure it out. Figure out your life path number so you can look into it and see if it's interesting or not to you. But yeah, it's definitely like, okay, I can definitely surmount difficulties. I definitely know how to do that. There's actually 2 fairies on this card because they're coming in for a kiss. So there's a little brunette fairy in a little reddish color dress, and then there's a cute little dude fairy, green jacket, brown pants, and he is sort of like flying up to give her a little kiss. Aww. And the message is, I surmount difficulties. So I guess we're doing a fairy first for you if you picked the pile with number 7, and it's mistletoe. It's part of the green suit, so it has a green border on it. And the fairies bring magical powers of strength and courage. This plant, which grows on the tops of the tallest trees, appears to have no roots, but attaches and nourishes itself from even bare branches of trees and flourishes against many challenges. The Druids believed mistletoe to be a magical plant and held it as the emblem of a weakness that was superior to strength. So it's like sometimes like our weaknesses are actually our superpowers or our strength, or sometimes our greatest gifts, what might be labeled a weakness. Mistletoe has become part of many folklore customs, but was notably known for one mythological fable whereby a god called Balder, like bald and Balder, told his mother Frigga that he dreamt he was dying. Frigga charmed fire, water, metals, disease, and animals not to harm her son. Balder battled fearlessly with the other gods as he thought nothing could harm him. However, one plant, mistletoe, was overlooked as it was deemed too weak a plant to cause harm. So Loki, an enemy of Balder's, used darts made from mistletoe to kill him. TGIF, y'all. What a happy story. Wow. Choosing this card indicates that nothing is insurmountable, even if it at first appears that way. You are being encouraged to acknowledge all your challenges and difficulties, and then endeavor to break them down into more manageable tasks or obstacles. So if your life path, whether it's a 7 or a knot, is feeling difficult, try breaking your big old projects down into like easier, doabler tasks. One step at a time. Well, first I'm going to do this. First I'm going to clean off a table, right? So you got a bunch of paperwork you got to do this weekend. First, you know what? Clear off a table, sweep underneath it, clean the space. You'll be like, okay, good. I'm in a better mindset, right? Like, or if it's like you've had stuff laying on the counter that's just, it all needs put away. It seems like there's a lot. Just start picking away at it and just keep putting away until you've done it all. You are asked not to forget to give yourself the credit and sense of achievement you deserve as you tackle and work to resolve these issues head on. So yeah, definitely a good weekend to just get it done. Be fearless. Okay, just do it. Just do it. So if there are a bunch of things causing you frustration, stress, heartache. Take comfort in the knowledge that you have divine love and support coming your way. So be feeling like you're not doing things all by yourself. Trust and you probably are doing everything by yourself. But the divine, the higher realms, the Arcturians are with you. They're watching you. They're championing you and clapping and excited for you anytime you even have this little bit of a small breakthrough. So trust and believe that with love, courage, and determination, you can surmount all of your obstacles and survive, moving on to always find strength and comfort in those times of weakness and difficulty. All right, so let's see what your hypnotic language is. And you got the Ace of Spades. And you can ... name is in parentheses ... Okay, I'll just read it. This card enables you to personalize a command to get the unconscious mind's attention. Then you follow with an embedded command. Okay, so remember, this is helping us. These cards, the hypnotic language cards by Mike Mandel, they're helping us become better hypnotists. Okay, so an example would be, I would say to you, if I was hypnotizing you and your name was David, falling into trance is easy, and you can, David, go deeper now. And if you wish, you can pause before the name and the command for greater effect. So the reason we're learning these isn't really because we're hypnotists, but we want to be able to manipulate ourselves and, maybe make the way we talk more influential, for the good of all. And maybe we want to create that hypnosis center when we're a bunch of old lady witches. So, and you can, Sadie. Falling into trance is easy, and you can, Sadie, go deeper now. So, and you can. And like you can use that in your everyday life too. Maybe with yourself if you are having difficulties. And you can, sweetheart, because that's what your name is. And you can, sweetheart, get all this work done this weekend, right? So it's like your word for your TGIF, yeah, message is, and you can. So your mistletoe says, I surmount difficulties. You surmount difficulties, and you can, sweetheart, go easier now. All right, so I'm just going to leave that there. Something for you to think about. And you can, my beautiful, lovely, go deeper now. Go deeper into your strength. Now, the spades indicate roadblocks to your path or other difficulties that could be a problem. So you got some problems today, but you can surmount them. And the Ace of Spades is a message with the cardamancy is obsession, conflict, death, and changes. So you can put to death your difficulties. You can surmount your difficulties, bring in some changes. You've had some conflict, difficult, maybe obsession. You've had some stuff going on, but it's nothing that you can't handle, that's for sure. All right. Shall we go to your witch's kitchen? I'm going any way I want, apparently. I mean, I laid out the cards with a somewhat of a direction, but I will do what you want to do and say what you want to say. Yeah. Yep. You got catnip Come on and be my light. Come on and lead the way. Yeah. You have a black cat on it. I'll quit singing now. The people speak, I hear them say, you won't last another day. And that's why I tell most of those people to go get fucked. All right, so catnip is talking about bond. So there's a black cat, which I'm so thankful that my witchy familiars are black dogs. I mean, if a black cat shows up in my life soon, I will freak out because, one, I've asked them not to. But I will freak out with laughter because it's such a stereotypical witchy thing to have in your life. So anyways, my mom has a black cat. So I'm actually going to be taking care of a black cat here at some point for her, just as a temporary thing. So anywho's, catnip. I like this herb for you if you have been feeling overwhelmed with your difficulties. If you picked the first pile with the number 7, if you pick number 7 and you have been feeling like, wow, this is some stuff going on. Well, catnip is very relaxing. I like that. That's what I like about it. It's like cats love it. They go crazy for it. But it also is like, if you had a little fresh catnip, you don't need much, okay? Catnip, you don't want too much of it. It's very relaxing. I'm trying to think if I've ever smoked it before, but I know some people do. But I don't know if I actually did. I can't remember. I cannot remember. Catnip does have a message today for you, though, about bond. And catnip says to you, cats go crazy for my smell. A pinch of me will seal the spell. Friendships formed, lovers unite. A bond secured, amour tonight. This magic is worked with harm to none. So mote it be, there it is done. So I love, this is probably about, maybe, now I'm pretty sure your difficulties have been with your lover. Or someone in, like a loving partnership, relationship. Because, like, we did start out with mistletoe, and they're getting a kiss. Not below the mistletoe. They're fairies. Apparently, they kiss above the mistletoe. And then catnip has to come in talking about a bond. The bond you share with another is special, and your unity is strong. It is a relationship you can trust in, for the pledge you have made will not be broken. If you are looking to secure a relationship, then allow me to draw it to you. Warm my leaves in your hand, and then hold the hand of whom you wish to befriend. Dude be like, is that catnip in between our hands? And you're like, yep. You're mine forever now. Warm my leaves in your hand, then hold the hand of whom you wish to befriend. Store my leaves carefully to maintain the friendship and to seal the bond. Oh, so wouldn't that be fun if, like, you and your partner, like, you're both well aware that you've been going through some difficult times, and he's cool with you being witchy because he's perfect for you, and you just kind of maybe do a little catnip hand holding ritual spell, and then cherish your little catnip leaves that have sealed the bond to maintain your friendship. That would be kind of fun. You don't have to do it with just lover. You can do it with a friend too. If you've been like, listen, girl, like, we have been at each other's throats. We've been fighting like cats and dogs. Like, let's just do this, because no matter what difficulties, I know we'll get over them, we'll surmount them, and I always want to be your friend. I always want to be your friend. So just as a cat will find catnip irresistible, so too will your intended if you add me as an ingredient in a love spell. Sprinkle me in the 4 corners of your bedroom To attract a new lover. Okay, catnip has my attention now. Or under the bed for a night of passion. For I am an aphrodisiac. Last summer I had catnip growing everywhere in my yard. This year, it's pretty sparse. It really is. But yeah, if you want to attract a new lover, put it in the four corners of your bedroom. My bedroom, because of the way that they added in like a closet at one point, there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 corners. My bedroom has 5 corners. All right. Now let's talk about feline magic. If you pick the first pile, if you pick pile number 7, feline magic surrounds you when this card appears and indicates that you have a psychic bond with your familiar. As you communicate silently through your heart's center, an understanding flows between you, birthing a magical partnership. So you got bond, you got partnership, and you can. Now, you can use catnip. Let's get a little na. You can use catnip. You can make a poultice for healing swelling from rheumatism or a soft tissue injury. And you got to have the fresh stuff. It grows so easy though. Oh my God. Like, I actually thought catnip would have taken over my whole yard with how much of it I had last year. I guess I don't need it as much this year, but you could chop up some fresh catnip leaves, grind them into a pulp, either with a blender or a mortar and pestle. Now spread the mixture evenly onto the area needing treatment, and you can wrap it with gauze or muslin to hold the poultice in place. Once the poultice has dried out, remove it, and if you want to apply a fresh batch, you can do that. If not, there you go, all healed up. See you later. That'll be $50. All right, catnip revealed. The ancient Romans used catnip for skin ailments, piles, fever, and sedation. The Cherokee used it as a strengthening tonic and poultice. There is a legend of a hangman who self-medicated with catnip to help him do his job easier. Cats love this herb's intoxicating effect. So yeah, it is very relaxing. If you got to hang, if you're the person who's got to, pull the floorboards out so that people can hang to death. If you're a hangman, think about self-medicating with some catnip so you can do your job easier. But thank God we don't have to do that anymore. But if you do need a little help surmounting your difficulties in a calm way, catnip could help with that. If you need to bond with your lover or friends or familiars, maybe connect into the energy of catnip as well. Okay, and you can. Let's see what your flower whisper is. Your flower whisper from Tina Tame says, love is the flower you've got to let grow. So, yep. As you surmount your difficulties, as you get rid of the things that need to be hung up in your life, you got to leave the flowers grow. The love. You got to let the love grow. Yeah, more love. Less difficulties, more love. All right, you got 2 more cards. Wow. Let's see. This one is the new deck, The Flower Magic by Rachel Patterson. It's got a beautiful braided, ropey, basket-looking pentacle on the back of it. And it says, Cornflower Intuition. Cornflower. Now, this is a beautiful, it's like periwinkle blue-colored cornflower. and it has a message of intuition. So I instantly thought of how it was talking about the cat, the familiar, whatever your familiar is. Like you talk silently with your heart space. There's an understanding. You're using your intuition to speak to the animal, to speak with your familiar. And Cornflower says to you today, trust completely your intuition. Make sure you take the time to listen. Connect with your heart and soul and take heed as a whole. It won't let you down, your inner voice. It only seeks to give you a choice. So it's saying trust your intuition. It will never let you down. If your heart and soul tell you that something's not right, then it probably isn't. If your stomach churns at the thought of something, then don't do it. If you do have a good hurrah glow about something, if it's a hell yes, then trust that it is the right thing to do. Right? If it feels good, do it. If it don't. If you feel you can trust someone at their word and your body is giving you all the right signs, go with it. And then in parentheses it says, just be wary of manipulators. Don't put yourself in any dangerous or silly situations. Your intuition can tell you a great many things. And if you ignore it, you do so at your peril. I speak from experience, says Cornflower. However, do bear in mind that intuition can sometimes take a while to kick in. If you get all excitable about something, allow it to sink in before listening to your inner voice. Occasionally, our wants can overtake our needs. So, yeah, listen to your intuition, use your discernment, and, if it don't feel good, don't do it. Now, just like catnip will seal the deal in your magical workings, Cornflower will increase your psychic abilities. So you can use the flower petals of Cornflower to increase your self-knowledge, to encourage acceptance of difference in all things, and to protect against psychic attack and negativity. The petals of Cornflower can also be made into an ink to write petitions and spells or eaten for their magical properties. So if you see them growing on a farmland, it's usually fertile soil. It's an old folk remedy for eye problems. The petals being made into a poultice to place over the bad eye. Because of this, Cornflower gained a reputation for being good for the third eye and increasing psychic abilities. I love the color. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Periwinkle was my favorite crayon in the crayon box when I was a kid. Okay, and so you're getting, sometimes we do these early on, but we're ending with a Botanic Whispers by Jennifer Cooper Steadley. She's at ferociousinc.com. And she is sending you, thank you, Jennifer. She is sending you orange. Ooh. So I love that orange is at the end here because it's such a contrast yet complement to the color of the cornflower. That periwinkle blue and that bright orange kind of brings out the pants of the mistletoe fairy dude. But yeah, it's all about being a leader in your life, being purposeful, being a trendsetter. So you got to do what you got to do. You got to surmount your difficulties, and you can, sweetheart, surmount easily, right? You can, and you can let love grow. Love is a flower you've got to let grow, and you can bond with the people that you love and your familiars, and you can listen to your intuition. So orange finishes you off with this affirmation. I blaze my trail with purposeful intent. letting nothing distract me from my goal. I am not afraid to show my true colors to the world. So yeah, you're going to get stuff done this weekend. You're going to surmount difficulties. You're going to listen to your intuition. You're going to blaze your trail with purposeful intent, and there won't be anything or anyone. You will let nothing distract you from your goal, from, you finally finishing, or you finally healing, or whatever it is you intend to happen. There will be zero diversion for you this weekend, as long as you're not afraid to show your true colors to the world, as long as you listen to your intuition and your discernment, as long as you let love be the flower that you let grow in your garden. As long as you do all those things, and you can do all those things, you will basically just, surmount all your difficulties. Oh my goodness, you guys, I could literally hardly wrap that message up. Did you notice? All right, number 7. But you know what? I feel like maybe that's part of the message too. Whatever it is you've needed to surmount, I just feel like it's been going on for a while, and it's did you ever clean up a mess that had been there forever, and it really wasn't that difficult, and you're like, what the hell, why did this take me so long to do? And you just really had to determine you were gonna get it done. So sometimes that's all you need to do, is just be like, you know what, I am getting this done right now. And then it's just bam. It's much easier than, I don't know. Sometimes we just make our own damn difficulties. Okay, so let's get the next, I'm gonna have to put on, I have this house so closed up in preparation for the 90-degree day. It's almost too cold in here at 11:33. Tap, tap, good number. So let me put on my shawl. Okay, did you pick number 17? 17 is a great number. I love the number 17. 17th letter in the alphabet is Q. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 is eternity. I just love 17. What's not to love? Let's see what fairy you got. If you pick number 17, ooh, you got Dandelion, Rustic Oracle. You got the Rustic Oracle fairy. And this fairy deck is called Nature's Messages from the Flower Fairies by Angela Crutchley. So much love to Angela across the ocean. The Dandelion has a message. She's in the green suit. I was like, why can't I find her? She's in the green suit. I think the last fairy was too, right? Yeah, Mistletoe was in the green suit, and Dandelion's in the green suit. There's 4 different color suits, and green is all about finding and reaching a sense of balance and harmony with self and all that exists around you. Also highlights health and well-being, including your connection or your need to connect with nature. So Dandelion says the fairies encourage you to release your seeds of knowledge. And yeah, the Rustic Oracle fairy is standing there by the wish seed head, releasing the wishes of the Dandelion seed head. And she's saying that all the fairies are encouraging you right now to release your seeds of knowledge. The fairies bring you the dandelion flower, said to represent the 3 celestial bodies. The sun, which is the flower, the moon, that would be the puffball seed head, and the stars, which are the seeds being blown into the wind. So the sun, the moon, and the stars. So whether it's a yellow flower, that will be the sun. If it's a puff seed head, that's the moon. And as the wind blows the seeds into the sky, and with the wind, that represents the stars. All right, this card presents a humble but significant little flower of which the beauty is taken for granted. However, its inner strength gives it the ability to grow and flourish even in the harshest conditions. So this card, for your number 17, indicates that you or someone around you is feeling restless and uncertain about choices they have made in their life or are about to make. Know and believe you have or can develop the inner strength, knowledge, and ability to give comfort in the form of healing and or wisdom. So like the dandelion in the breeze, release your seeds of knowledge to bring understanding and comfort to others. So you might be helping other people this weekend with your seeds of knowledge, with your comfort. Let's find out. What do you do? Let's find out what change is in the air. Somebody maybe around you is making a big change and just needs your insight. Okay, so you got the King of Hearts for your hypnotic card. Let's see what the hearts, well, they deal with matters of the heart, right? Yeah, hearts represent issues regarding emotions in the home. And the King of Hearts says, an open-hearted man who gives good advice. So, are you the open-hearted man that gives good advice? Maybe you and an open-hearted man will be giving good advice. Maybe this is for my one dude listener. Maybe this pile's for my dude listeners. Giving good advice. Anyways, be the king of knowledge, regardless of your gender, and give good, open-hearted advice, as the rustic oracle also mentions. Now, let's talk about your hypnotic word. I'm sure we'll find out some more for you here in a minute. What happens when? ... That's your statement. What happens when? What happens when? ... Question mark. This is a nice phrase. This is a nice phrase that actively involves a subject in her own trance work. Note that you're not telling her to do anything at all. You're just asking. Okay, so maybe you can apply this for the advice that you're going to help somebody with. So if I had you under hypnosis, sorry, burping and making noises over here. If I had you in trance, I might say to you, and you might consider what happens when you imagine yourself already transformed. And you might consider what happens when you imagine yourself already transformed. So, and you might consider what happens when you imagine yourself making this decision. So, what happens when? Something to think about. If that could help you deliver your advice without being bossy, or, like you like when you're giving somebody advice. My mom and I often talk about this too. We hate to tell anybody what to do, because then if it's the wrong choice or something happens, you know what I mean? Like, you almost want to always let people make their own decisions, right? So maybe this advice that you're going to be requested of, it's like you want to involve them. Don't just tell them what to do. Get them thinking. Maybe, you have good advice, but you also want to be activating their own intuition, their discernment, their choice. so that the heat is not on you, right? Like you don't want to say, yes, I think you should move to Los Angeles. That's you should do it, right? And then like you push them and maybe it wasn't quite right. Or, well, what happens when you do get out to Los Angeles? Or maybe you don't want somebody to go, right? So like that's like a good parenting things. Like you like ask them, well, what happens when you get out there? How much is the rent? And they're like, they didn't even think about that shit. But like, so what happens when is your King of Hearts hypnotic language to consider. What happens when you start to talk like that in your advice? Okay, you ready for your witch's kitchen? You got clove, gossip. You got sea love, clove. So you got a little message of gossip. So, give your advice, but then don't gossip about it to anybody. Or if somebody asks you for advice, keep the gossiping in check. We can look into that a little bit. Let me see what your flower whisper says too. Okay, your flower whisper says, a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Ooh, okay. I wanted to pull it over because I just felt like I needed, this is definitely still talking about somebody making a decision to get out of their comfort zone. It could be you, but I feel like it's going to be someone close to you or around you or asking you for advice or your knowledge. So maybe you have a story or an example of a time when you personally, left your comfort zone to gather experience, expansion, or follow your dreams, and maybe share that with them. Maybe share that quote, a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. So if someone's like, they're just being like kind of bashful for being adventurous, maybe that's a nice little flower whisper to share with them. But yeah, let's see what clove says about the gossip. I love clove in the kitchen. It does come with a message of gossip though, and it says, idle chit-chat, dish the dirt, untrue rumors spread and hurt. Burn me in order to prevent gossip, slander, and detriment. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. So we just got this card last week, I remember, because it was like, people be talking smack about you. Yeah, do you remember? I remember now that you were like the topic of a conversation or slandering, right? So don't be gossiping, don't be slandering. Don't, you can have a good old chin wag with friends, but really don't be bad-mouthing anybody's private business. And because you don't want that to be done to you either. So whatever's like asked of you, make sure, you don't talk about them behind their back. So yeah, keep your vibration high. Keep the gossip out. Sometimes it's like, well, let me tell you what happened to so-and-so when they decided to do this or that, like just make sure you're keeping your energy clean. Keep your mouth clean, just like clove makes an awesome mouthwash. Make sure all the advice that you share is wholesome. Not wholesome, well, kind of wholesome, but like clean. You know what I mean? Not gossipy. Make sure it's balanced, unbiased. Those kind of words are kind of floating to the top there. All right, moving on. I feel like we talked so much about clove last week. I'm assuming you hang out with me every week. So, we really got into clove last week. We'll see if there's any more of because what happens when you gossip? I mean, all energy is returned onto you. So, rustic oracle, make sure that you are using your words wisely. All right, that's what I want to say to you. All right, your flower magic card is lavender with peace. And your botanic whisper, holy shit, is also lavender. That is so funny because I was like, I got to pull them both over at the same time. Do you know why? Because they're both lavender. Oh, I love it. I love it. So you got to just, get away from gossip because you want peace of mind. You don't need to be in that conversation this weekend. You want serenity, you want calm. And the gossip, like your botanic whisper is indicating, could just agitate you. It could depress you. Gossip at this point will just add to discord in your life. So really just, take that feminine wisdom. Lavender has a message about femininity. Take that wise feminine energy, rustic oracle, and share your seeds of knowledge and wisdom and give the advice appropriately. And then retreat, retreat and back into your calm place. Don't engage with the gossip. So yes, Lavender says, in stillness, I can hear my higher self telling me that stress is an illusion that I can let go of whenever I choose. So give your advice, but maybe then detach. Right, so lavender also has a message of peace and the flower magic. Oh, I love that you got double lavender. That is so fun. And I love that I pulled them over. I knew it. I knew I was supposed to pull both them cards over at the same time. So peace. Listening to your higher self. Here's what lavender has to say to you. Look for that elusive inner peace, for calm and relaxation to increase. Let go of anger and all that is bad. Find your inner happiness. Be glad. Feel joy. Sense freedom. Embrace light. Against turmoil and rage, you need not fight. As my daughters are thumping like elephants above us. Definitely don't engage in the gossip, okay? And all you want to be doing is giving out equanimity, calmness, peace, beautiful advice, knowledge, seeds of wisdom. What happens when you imagine yourself peaceful? What happens when you come from the calm place? What happens when you enter that inner stillness? You find that inner peace. Relaxation increases, right? You can relax and hear your higher self guiding you, right? You become your own oracle. You become your own intuitive, right? You give your own advice. You're able to tap in and be able to let go of the illusion of stress whenever you choose. So yeah, then people they will come to you more and more then for advice when you're in that beautiful, beautiful place. So Lavender's message says, do you need a bit of rest and relaxation? Close your eyes, even just for a minute, and envision fields of beautiful lavender flowers swaying gently in the breeze. Keep a check on your temper and find an outlet for any anger. Holding anger internally will just eat you up from the inside out. So find a safe escape route for it. Yeah, we don't want to hold on to anger. We don't want anger to prompt us to gossip and spew poison from our lips. We got to get it out of us safely. Happiness is something that probably everyone is seeking, and one of the ways to the path of happiness is peace. That deep inner peace that gives you an all-over calm and joyful feeling. Peace is incredibly hard to hold all of the time, but for those moments when you hit the pure happiness button, it is perfect. We make we make our own happiness. So decide what you want and how to get it and go for it. Just try to hang on to that inner bubble of peace. Yeah, but you get good at what you practice. And the more you tap into peace, the more often you tap into that calmness, the easier and easier it'll get. So you could make a lavender pillow, use dried flowers to put in your little sleep dream pillow to get a good night's sleep. Lavender can be used in workings with that intent and will to bring tranquility. So whether you put some lavender flowers in your bath, use a little lavender oil, hang some over the threshold in your home to bring peace and keep out negative energy. Wear it to protect against emotional abuse, to banish negative words. So the lavender is here to help banish that gossip, those negative words, and to give you inner strength. So yes, beautiful, beautiful lavender, double lavender for you to come in, to get you into that calm place of feminine wisdom, keep you out of depression and discord and agitation and gossip. And just to get you into a good state that, if you are ready to leave your comfort zone, you can do so peacefully. If you're encouraging someone else, with words of wisdom, you can do so from a really calm place. Look through the illusions, let go of them, just like a dandelion seed. You blow it and you let it go. So whatever it is you need to let go this weekend, ask yourself, what happens when? What happens when I finally just let go of these illusions and choose peace and stillness whenever I want? What happens when I decide to just rest and relax and calm down? What happens when I really do just settle into the wise oracle that I truly am? What happens when? All right, we made it to the final pile, number 79. I feel like we're just taking forever today, but it's okay. Like, there's really no hurry. But yeah, I'm feeling something. What is it? All right, so if you picked the final pile, 79, thanks for hanging around and waiting or fast forwarding. If I really had my shit together, I'd give you timestamps and stuff, but I just assume everyone's in it for the long haul, and how like attracts like. I just assume that I naturally attract people who are not in a hurry, because I'm not ever really in a hurry. So, but I know I've told you before that I was raised by a mother who's always in a hurry, always, even when she doesn't have to be. So probably quite the curse for her to have me as a daughter, which I'm never in a hurry. I'm still not in a hurry. I get a lot of stuff done at like a snail's pace. I mean, I can truck it. I can move it. I can blow through it. I mean, if you want me to hurry up, I can hurry up. I mean, my mother trained me to hurry the hell up. But I've also proved to myself that I can take things at a pretty chill pace and still get more stuff done than anyone else I know. I've also had a lot of practice being arrogant, so I'm really, really good at that. Okay, let's get you some messages for the last pile here. Number 79. So 7 plus 9 is 16, and 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. So essentially, we have another 7 here. Essentially, yeah, these numbers have been awesome for me. I love the 7s. So 79, let's get you a fairy. You got butterfly weed, with a message of let me go. Let me go. So I said, what am I feeling here? Let me go. So, and I was sort of feeling that energy, like, oh my God, like, am I holding you up? Do I need to hurry up? Am I taking too long? Am I dragging this out? Do you need to be let go? So maybe you're feeling held back, or feeling like people are wasting your time, or feeling like, oh God, just let me go already. Maybe you got an old lover who just keeps checking in like every few weeks, and it's like, just let me go. Like, what was the point of my old lover checking in? Just to what? Just to let me go again? Just let me go already. Just let me go. All right, let me see what the fairy has to say about that. She's really cute. So she has butterfly wings that match the real butterfly, that match the butterfly weed. It's very yellow and orange. So I'm feeling sacral, solar plexus chakra. So this is definitely like, let me go. Like, I want to come into my own power. This is the red suit. So it's got a red border. Butterfly weed, let me go. Now I'm curious what the red suit's all about. Red highlights your attention to more aware of a time for change. Activities and powers are needed and are at work. Fear or fret not. Everything will have a positive outcome. Allow yourself to feel strength, protection, and an increase in energy around you building up. So that's all the red cards. Interesting. I love how she put everything in different suits. Red, green, yellow, and violet. Now, butterfly weed says, the fairies bring the flight of freedom. This card brings the words butterfly and weed. Butterfly signifies a time of transformation, is nearing completion, or has just taken place, which is allowing you more freedom, spiritually, mentally, or physically, a time to fly. Weed, well, what is a weed? For it is merely a flower growing in the wrong space or place. So yeah, a weed is just, it's based on judgment. So whether what's a weed, what's an herb, what's a flower, it all depends on who you ask, I guess. This card indicates that it is time to literally let go or allow yourself permission to be let go. So butterfly weed fairies says, question yourself. What or who is holding you back? Are you in fact still holding on to something, which is now time to question why? Why? You can allow yourself to let go both spiritually and physically. Just trust your higher awareness or intuition for the optimum timing. Then spread your wings and enjoy the freedom in life that awaits you. All right, so we'll see if we can elaborate on that a little bit. But yeah, ask yourself right now those questions. Is there anything that you need to let go of? Do you need let go of? Is there something that is time for change to take place? While I sneak in a drink of my coffee, I should just push pause. It's so strong, you guys. Oh my God. It's the strongest cup of coffee I've ever made. All right, let's see what your hypnotic language card is. It's the 2 of clubs, and your word is try, ... Try, ... Okay, so let me go. There's a energy word here, big energy word, try. Let's see what the clubs mean. The 2 of clubs means two-faced, disappointment, opposition. The clubs are all about money and finances. Two-faced, disappointment, opposition. All right, well, we'll just throw that to the side. That's how I feel about that. All right, try is a really interesting word because try presupposes failure. Ooh. Oh, try your best. You're basically setting that little chump up to fail. Insomniacs typically try to fall asleep and fail gloriously. Why would you want your subject to fail? Lots of reasons. If he's doing a suggestibility test and you want his hands to stick together, you could say, the harder you try to pull those hands apart, the tighter they stick together. Okay, so the hypnotic word try says, use the word try anytime you want the subject to fail. Ooh, that's interesting. So yeah, like if you want to say, the harder you try to pull those hands apart, the tighter they stick together. So let me go. The harder you try to hold on to your problems, the more they want to fly away from you. Okay, that was like, I just had the dopiest look on my face and I was smiling and staring out the window like, oh my gosh. So the harder you try to hold me down, the more I need to be let go. So anyways, something to think about, try, ... let me go. That's the vibe so far for number 79. Let's hop over to your witch's kitchen. You got mandrake with impassive. There's a mandrake flying ointment in the card, the little purple flowers, green leaves, the root that looks like a person. They actually have put a little Oriental man's face on it, I think. But yeah, the mandrake usually has arms and legs and is in here today in the witch's kitchen with a message of impassive to go along with your let me go and try ... hypnotic word. So let's look up mandrake and we'll see what mandrake has to say. Magic's waned, not impressed. Work with my root if you're distressed. Extraction causes a deadly scream. Work with me to follow your dream. This magic is worked with harm to none. So mote it be. There, it is done. Mandrake's guidance for you 79 is your expression says it all. Not much impresses you these days, does it? Your light has dimmed. However, all is not lost, for a new magic surrounds you when I appear. No other plant has been more associated with or respected by witches throughout the ages as I. A magic alliance was made between witches and the spirit of Mandragora for my root to be used as a vessel for familiars to feed from. In return, I am fed with milk or wine under a full or dark moon. Be sure not to feed on me yourself, though, for I will cause delirium or even madness if ingested, much like my poisonous cousin Belladonna. Instead, use my powdered root wisely as a magical catalyst to empower amulets, spells, and fertility rituals, or to induce visions and free your spirit. Let me go, all right? Free your spirit, for a desired freedom of magical expression is waiting to be unearthed. So you can use mandrake for spells of protection of the home, empowerment spells, rituals, cleaning of the altar, cleaning the ritual tools. You get a mandrake root, you slice it, you add it to a jar, and steep for 3 moon cycles, starting on the dark of the moon. Steep it, and what? It doesn't say, like water? All right, it says slice mandrake root, add to a jar, and steep for 3 moon cycles starting on the dark of the moon. Cover with a black cloth and store in a dark place. Ensure the jar is labeled and only used for ritual work. Yeah, don't kill yourself. Set your intention and speak with the spirit of the mandrake before use. So you've seen a mandrake in Harry Potter movies if you watch those. There's a lot of Greek mythology. They use the root as a magical aphrodisiac. There's some other stuff too. Anesthetic effect, a Greek physician. I mean, so it can probably be used, but disclaim out the wazoo. Just maybe a little powder for your flying spell, for your let me go, right? Try. The harder you try to hold me back, the more you let me go. Or maybe you need to let something else go. Let's see your flower whisper. The flower whisper says, when the root is deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. When the root is deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. So the wind can blow and you can let everything go and know that you are still anchored in, right? So it's like you can let the butterflies go, the friends, the old lovers, the experiences, the stuff, the illusions, let it all go. Let everything go. Drop every leaf of yours. Let them all go. And the wind can blow as hard as it wants to, and you have no fear because your root is deep, right? So I love it. Let's see what your flower is from Flower Magic, and then you have a botanic whisper, and then I like this coffee is making me sleepy. So let's see. You got hollyhock with fruitfulness. And didn't the mandrake just say like spells of fertility? Did I just read that? Yeah, I think so, maybe. Or was that another one? Now the whole time will like smear into each other. Yeah, fertility rituals. And you got fruitfulness here from hollyhock. I mean, fruitfulness always reminds me of fertileness because abundance and, you know, you really can bring in a lot. So don't be afraid this weekend to let go of anything that you don't really need or want anymore. You know, it's like let's really just not be held back. Like, think, how much can a butterfly carry with him? Not much. So it's like you too are becoming the butterfly as well. And you too need to fly. We've got the mandrake flying ointment in the witch's kitchen. And it's like you too need to soar now. So you are really going to have to let go of pretty much everything in order to do that. And there's no reason to fear the wind. Your energetic roots are deep. Okay? You're clean. You're purifying with all this fruit on the fruitfulness. I mean, she's dressed in yellow too, like the butterfly weed fairy. I mean, you really have the ability now to shine your light in a great way and just be light, literally. Be as light as you need to be. Be the butterfly. And I just want to see what your botanic whisper is too. Ooh, geranium, mother, goddess, gentleness. It does have a little message of unappreciated and disconnection. So yeah, it's like maybe it really is time for you to just soar into the higher realms with your goddess energy, you know, like just let me go and let me just have my little nap. And really just, you know, come into some energy that is needed this weekend. Geranium says, I am most able to be nurturing and loving to those around me when I am connected to my emotions and loving to myself. So maybe the thing to let go of is any self-critical energies that you've been bringing in, right? Any type of just, so the things that have been trying to fail you, it's like your negative, your disconnection. You need to let go of any self-criticism or any belief systems that try to hold you down. All right, let's see what Hollyhock has to say. Now is the time to go out and reap, for all the harvest is yours to keep. You sowed these seeds right at the start. All your hard work was smart. This is a glorious cycle, never ending. More will bear fruit. Just keep tending. Ooh, so it's kind of an interesting message. It's like everything is coming to you now so easily. You've been connected to your emotions. You've been loving to yourself. You've planted the seeds. You have so much abundance right now. You really can let go of everything that you don't need. And maybe let go in the sense of sharing too. So that is a beautiful, beautiful message. Hollyhock's message also says, whatever you are working on now or about to embark on will bring you lots of lovely goodies. However, in order to reap, we have to sow first. All that arduous work that you have put in will pay off, but there either has been a huge amount of graft or there is about to be. You only get out of something that which you put into it. The harder you work, the more fruit you will see at the end. Everything runs in a cycle, and all the time the wheels are being greased and the parts are being oiled. The cycle will continue to function and keep on producing for you. So it's like sometimes you just got to get the ball rolling, and then that ball just flies down the hill all by itself. Nonetheless, keep feeding, watering, and deheading, and the harvest is yours for the plucking. So I love it. It's sweet. It's basically complimenting you on being such a good gardener, whether that's actually in your garden or just the garden of your life, your energetic garden. It's like you knew when to let go. You knew when to anchor your roots. You knew when to try harder. You knew when to connect into the impassive energy. That's a different word for me. I'm not sure how I feel about it. But Hollyhock's magic, you can use the seed pods and fairy magic, and also to symbolize a full purse and any wealth and abundance workings. So the hollyhock flowers are uplifting. They have uplifting magic. They can be used in workings for positive energy, maybe spell work for death and rebirth, or use it to represent the heart chakra. And as you be loving to yourself, you can be more loving to those around you. So sweet. The hollyhock is associated with the goddesses Ceres and Demeter and the first fruit harvest of the year. FYI, my pear trees now have yellow leaves on them, maybe from it being so dry, and just fall wants to come early, I think, this year. And not one pear this year. On 3 trees, not one pear. So anyways, the hollyhock seed pods are often called fairy cheese, as they look like little wheels of cheese. On that note, your message for the weekend is fairy cheese. But anyways, I love it. It's kind of an interesting message. It's like, in order to have abundance and fruitfulness, you got to let things go, right? You got to know when to fly. You got to know when to soar. You got to know when to prune. You got to know when to water. You got to know when to just anchor down and be flexible in the wind. You got to know when. You got to tap into that mother goddess feminine energy and be able to be nurturing and loving to everyone, because you've already done the work inside yourself of self-love and self-care, and that is an ongoing practice. So make sure you continue to be connected to your emotions, you continue to be loving to yourself, so that you can continue to be abundant and fruitful and continue to reap what you sow, which really, really is a lot of beautiful things. So you really don't need to try to fail unless it's something that you want to let go of. And yes, absolutely, there is no reason to fear the wind when you know the root is deep. Woo! Well, thanks for the hangout. I enjoyed it. I'll post pictures on the Instagram, little video on the YouTube. So have yourself a great weekend, regardless of what message you got there. That 79 is gonna have to sink in. I feel like in an hour I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I just thought of another thing for that one. As I'm driving around all over the Tri-County area, dropping kids off, cleaning offices, doing haircuts. I'm out on the town tonight, folks, and it's a work night, but you know what? I have amazing. Where the hell's my affirmation at? Where's that? My goodness, I have it written down here. I have wonderful projects in a wonderful way. I give wonderful entertainment for wonderful pay. So yeah, I enjoy the work that I do, whether it's here or there or everywhere. It is all wonderful, 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 wonderful. And what I wish for myself, I wish for others, and I send you many blessings and wishes for wonderfulness your way as well. So thanks again for hanging out with me. Another week at Ho. Black Kohash, thanks again, my love. Thank you, Kali Ma. And I'll see you guys next week. Come back, all right? Come back. Maybe we'll even do an angel this weekend. Who knows? There's so much energy flowing. We might as well just get on and enjoy the ride. Woo! Yeehaw! TGIF, y'all.